And
Will, we don't let anxiety brain lie to us. Ignore it. Just
I'm
do
just
it.
saying.
Sometimes. Depends on what's happening.
That's why
Yeah,
I'm
if
not
we're
going to
having,
do
like,
it
a
anymore. I'm
serious
always going to give
discussion.
you.
You already did it. Yeah.
I'm always going to give you a heads up before I take us live.
You're
Lying to the
gaslighting people who
audience.
can confirm it independently. Stop
You're
it.
lying. You're lying on the Entropy Emporium
But
official
that-
account.
no,
You're
no,
lying
that
to
makes
us,
it-
your players.
That's the difference between gaslighting and a bit.
That's fair. That is fair.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, all right. Hi. Hello. We do this. We do this game sometimes.
We do
Hello.
game.
We do
We don't.
game. We do game on occasion. Hi, hello, welcome on in to God Complex. We are currently short one player. Hopefully, they will be along in due time. They're having some life difficulties, but hopefully it's not too night consuming. But hello, hi. This is God Complex, and it's on Entropy Emporium, and that's not my channel, so I'm gonna hand it over to JT. You're muted. Or I can't hear you at least.
Sorry, it's basically Will's channel at this point. Is what I was saying.
What? I feel like if it's anybody's channel, it's JD's.
It's no. Well, come on now. It's everybody's channel.
It is
This
everybody.
is
Well,
the channel.
but you're Entropy, and this is your Emporium.
I only say that on nights when I'm the game master, because
I don't
that's the
think
only
that's
time that
true.
it makes any sense to say. Anyway, this is technically my channel in that I have the keys, but like 4 other people have copies of the key, and so could do whatever they wanted, and they do. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up, but for now, some important announcements. We're raising money for the Power Essentials. It's really fun now more than ever. It is important to maintain a certain level of awareness and keep eyes on the variety of things that are going on in the world. So this is our way of helping. We bring you entertainment, and instead of do not invest in Entropy Coin. Will stop lying to people on the official Entropy account. You can lie all you want on yours or on LFTA if you want to. We don't have a cryptocurrency, and we never will. If we do, this channel has been taken over by Will. It would seem. The other important announcement is not important, it's less important, arguably, than raising money for Palestine, is that we have a Discord. If you like what we do, you can come and hang out with us. We're all a bunch of nerds. You will mostly see people yelling about the Call Us Villains, which is a show I will talk about later when I discuss the Entropy schedule. But in the meantime, I will throw it back to Will, because this is Will's show. It is only on my technically channel, but it's Will's.
Thank you, Entropy. Yes, this is God Complex. It is not They Call Us Villains. This is God Complex. This is a Girl by Moonlight game about making dead gods into mech suits and fighting space kaiju and the end of the universe. And we are the players and the storyteller. That's me. Only very technically, to be honest, with this system. It's very much a collaborative effort, and we'll get into introductions very shortly, and then we will get into our game right after that. Do I have to say any other things? I don't think so. It's been a while since I did the intro for this game. I don't think so. So let's start our introductions and go through our operators. And if Izzy makes it in, then we'll cut to Izzy and do her intro real quick. But starting off with Cass, if you wouldn't mind.
It literally took me like the second time of you saying introductions to remember that I go first. I was like, hold on, I gotta unmute. Hello, everybody. I'm Cass, aka Yoda Mighty, and I am playing Troyan Mott, who is a completely, totally normal person. That's all you need.
That's fair.
Yep.
JT, once again.
Yeah, I brought our dead friend back to life. It's fine.
I'm JT. You met me earlier. I play Cogs. Their pronouns are all any. Their call sign is I don't remember. Hold on.
Carmente.
Carmente. It's been almost 2 months, guys.
Has been a long time.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. They are in a difficult situation, as with everybody on this team, I'm sure. We're all in similar difficult situations, and we're all in similar places emotionally, I think.
Yeah. Big agree. Logan?
Hello, my name is Logan, also known as Hollow Orange on the internet. I play Chief, code name Cypher, or call sign Cypher. And Chief is having a bad time. He had a really bad day at work, and all he wants to do is focus on his hobby project in the garage, but people aren't letting him do that.
It's true. And Jen, but you're muted.
I was saying, is that me? Am I not letting you do that? Is it me?
It's not you exclusively. In fact, I would say you guys are probably A-okay in his book. It's really everyone else.
We brought you tots anyway. Hi, I'm Jen /Youngles, and I do she/they pronouns, and so does Grace, who is a menace, and it's fine. Oh, look at that. And this game is cursed. It's okay, but it's because we're fighting space kaiju, and that's just how it is. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
The rendering lag on those space kaiju is just overwhelming.
It's
The
space,
stream.
so
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a while for things to travel in space. That's all.
That's correct. Exactly. And then hi, my name is Will. I talked a little bit before, but I'm your storyteller for this game. I play everybody else. And we're now down 2 players, but I'm assuming at least Cass will be back. And with all of that being said, yeah, there we go.
Hi, Cass.
Hi, Cass.
I got mad for a second. All of you froze, and I was like, "Is that me?" And then everything went down. I was like, "That's me."
Well, you're back, and that's all that matters. Yeah, okay, cool. With all of that being said, I think we can go ahead, get into it, and play God Complex. Oh my god, look at us.
I'm so excited.
All right, so when we last left off, it was on the dubious note of Chief sending multiple Scarab drones out across the Delphi, the warship that you are all based out of, and listening in on a conversation taking place between Admiral Hiram Swanson and Vice Admiral Tifa Maru. And you didn't learn anything classified, but you did overhear the Admiral expressing that he thinks everybody is losing hope and that you are running out of time. You learned that he is scared. And then the feed from your drone cut off, as if someone had perhaps stepped on it. And we are still in downtime actions. So I will open the floor and ask who has a downtime action in mind and what you want to do with it. Unfortunately, the only one that I was tracking on Doc is that Troyan still wants to bully Tolu. And we can't do that until Izzy gets here, so stand by, everybody. But in the meantime, if anybody else wants to, Grace, you have 1 downtime action left. Chief, you have 1 downtime action left. Cogs, you have 2. Troyan, you have 2. And Tolu has 2 as well, but, you know.
Okay, but like, what was I doing?
You had...
My notes are really bad.
Your obligation phase was having that awkward encounter with your father, who has returned to the Delphi from his work out in the Citadel fleet investigating the plague that originated on a ship called the Romana, which is currently colloquially being called the Pax Romana. you had that encounter, and then your downtime action was basically catching Tolu up about that.
Oh, okay.
You
okay.
found Tolu in the med bay, and then you were talking about that, and you shared a downtime action with each other.
And I think we were gonna go bother Chief next, right? I think.
I mean, that sounds likely. I don't remember what you were planning to do, but that does
think
sound like what the two of you would do.
My notes just say Grace is emotionally murdered.
Then I'm doing my job.
My notes on what you and Izzy were up to says Grace and Tolu are plotting. And that's
Okay, yeah.
all
So I
worked
think,
out.
yeah.
I mean,
and
that is
then-
the thing, right?
Then
is you
dinner,
two-
then dinner. Right, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that is the thing, right? Is you two have a tendency to vamp and talk about like the things you're gonna do, and then I'm not clear if you're gonna do them mechanically or if you're just so like, you know, I could say, yeah, you were planning to like install spyware in your dad's computer, but I don't know if you're actually planning to do that. or
No,
if
I think
that's
we were
just-
planning on doing that during dinner. Okay. Then I'm gonna wait because other people can go first because I already did a thing.
Okay.
Plus my partner in
Um,
crime isn't here. So
That's true.
I have one for Chief, I think. I'll make a connection.
Ooh, okay.
And I don't think Cogs goes to Chief directly. I think they look for one of the Scarab drones and like snatches it off the wall or out of the air, and just sort of holds the camera up to their face.
The one you grab like immediately starts flailing until like it takes a moment to recognize you, and then it stops.
And they would tap on the camera and just say, "Put me on your main screen."
There's no like acknowledgement from the Scarab. It's a maintenance drone, so it doesn't have a lot of expression. But you do get to, like one of the six claws kind of just do the closest thing you can surmise is a thumbs up.
And Cogs will take that Scarab drone to a civilian area, like a food court or something like that, and we'll just sort of hold it up and sit down with it in their lap and let Chief watch the goings on of the people of the Delphi. A mother with a child who has an ice cream cone, a man helping someone up who tripped and fell, the general fare of humanity. And Cogs will just sit and people watch.
Yeah, I think that's really nice. I think, Chief, you pick that up. I think like you get kind of a ping from the maintenance drone because, you know, someone's interacting with it. Maybe there's like a proximity thing that is pinging in your cockpit. But when you open the
Mhm.
feed, you just see Cog's face like an inch away from its camera. I imagine sort of fisheye lensed. And then if you keep watching, then you see Cogs do that. Go to one of the more heavily trafficked areas and just sort of like look at people moving around and going about their lives on the Delphi. And yeah, I think, you know, you see a lot of the moments that Cogs described, people laughing, someone, you know, clearly sort of distraught, but just trying to get back to their quarters before they like fully break down. That sort of thing.
After about 10 minutes of this, Cogs will just pipe up for a moment and go, "These people live their lives because of what we do. Look at them smiling, Chief. Nothing is lost to us, not unless we let ourselves lose it. I have recently come to learn that I let myself lose something particularly important to a person. And while I don't regret my loss, I would hate for you to regret losing yours."
I think you see the drone. It's kind of reclused into like a smaller form factor, so it's easier to hold for you. And again, there's no like communication from the drone itself, but you do get a like notification from Chief on some kind of portable, I'm assuming communication device, that comes out to the equivalency of a very, I guess it's all text. He's just going to send text. I was going to say, is he going to send a voice message? No, he's going to send a text that just says, thank you. And just curt, clean, no extra. It's all written out properly.
Cogs will then catch a plate of falling food, of course, at the moment that it was going to fall, and set it on the scarab and send the scarab on its way.
The wings float out and it starts to balance the food precariously until it finally sets and it just starts flying away towards where the maintenance area is. You see one of the claws like try to do a little wave back to you.
It's really nice. Cogs, what would you like to roll? What action would you like to roll to make a connection?
I'd like to pitch confess at you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. I think that makes sense.
Thank you. I only have one hit in it, unfortunately, but we take these.
Just so you know, if the other player wants to, they can offer an extra die, and I'm willing to give you that extra die.
That is right, yes.
Okay. You guys. That's a double 4.
Okay, perfect. So you mark 3 links with Chief. And Chief, you can also make a connection back if you want, but that will be your last downtime action.
I'm holding off.
Okay, makes
I
sense.
understand.
Also, I'm gonna Drew Rules lawyer. It's the opposite. I get the links with Cogs.
Oh, is that? It's been so long since we've played this game. Yep. You are correct.
So I will mark
Chosen
the 3.
gains. You're right. You're right.
But I can use them to recover stress. So hey,
that's good. Good work, Cogs. Sorry about that. Okay, awesome. I think normally I'm so used to you guys doing it back and forth to each other that I usually don't have to worry about who gets the links. But yeah, there's only one of you left with both downtime actions. So I will check in once again with Troyan and see if there's anything you want to do before Tolu gets here.
I have an above table question, which will influence my decision. Have I seen people eclipse before? Do I know what's happening to Chief?
Well, eclipsing isn't exactly like a real world thing. It's different from... So I think a lot of times eclipsing does look like drifting and vice versa. But the question is whether or not that is what's happening with Chief. Okay. And I'm not sure. Logan, do you have thoughts about that?
But at the very least, I know something is wrong. Like,
Chief is in distress, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But you wouldn't know the mechanics of what's happening.
Right.
No. Okay.
I will say it doesn't look like drift. You have seen drift in plenty of operators before.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think, do I go be a little shit to Odin? Or do I do some teamwork? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab Reed.
Okay.
And I'm going to go down to the bay. And under the pretense of shoving Reed into Ahti and making them get along, I'm gonna go prop up on Wepawet.
Okay, interesting.
And check in on Chief.
Yeah. Okay. if I remember correctly, because again, 2 months, Reed
Yeah.
is the one now who is kind of being watched, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I'm allowed to go anywhere and do anything, but
Right.
Reed is brand new baby goo monster. So
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, I mean, you can absolutely approach Reed. I think like you can actually absolutely approach Reed's quarters. I think that as you do so, you would see 2 people standing outside of those quarters, and I think you would be able to recognize the black uniforms that they wear. Very just sort of very like military in cut, not like body armor, but sort of like uniform. And I think you would recognize the like slightly lighter shade of gray symbol sort of embroidered at the shoulders and the breast of that uniform, which is just an eye. You would recognize that as the symbol that denotes members of the Internal Review and Investigation Subdivision.
Yeah.
Which is what Odin runs.
Yeah. I'll just walk up to them like I don't care that they're there.
One of them will put out a hand to stop you. And will say, you are not authorized to make contact with the subject, operator.
Really?
Do you have business with him?
Yes. Okay.
State your purpose.
I know Odin's got you watching, trying to figure out if he's gonna be like me or if he's gonna be something worse. You need to tell Odin, if he's not already paying attention, Reed will get worse if I'm not allowed to talk to him.
You, I think, detect the slightest hint of skepticism. Like, not because it's only a little bit of skepticism, but because this man is very good at controlling his expression.
Yeah. Okay. I know I'm an untrustworthy figure to you guys. Have I killed anyone on this ship that wasn't actively becoming a threat?
We don't make the policy.
I'm aware. I'm not talking to you anymore.
They will trade looks with each other. They will trade a look with each other. The one who put his hand in front of you will kind of take a step to sort of like put his body in front of the door. But the other one that he nodded to will step away and have a very like hand up to earpiece, have a quiet conversation that you can't quite overhear the details of. Meanwhile, the one who's standing in front of you wearing these like this sort of like visor sunglass thing so that you can't actually like see his eyes, is just sort of looking straight ahead or might be staring directly at you. You can't really tell. But you have like a minute of, uncomfortable silence. Well, or comfortable. That's up to you.
I think she's perfectly comfortable and she's doing the thing where she just smiles.
Sure. Yeah. If he is uncomfortable, he's not betraying it. He's not showing it. Yeah. After about that minute or so, the other guard comes back and gives the first one a nod, who steps to the side, and the one who stepped away to talk speaks for the first time and says, what is your itinerary?
Go down to the bay, get Reed comfortable with Ati and me so he doesn't lose his shit. And maybe is useful as a pilot.
You are authorized for 20 minutes of supervised contact.
I We can't do anything in the engine in 20 minutes.
They don't really respond to that.
Fine. Open up. Let's go. Time's a ticking.
The door opens and Reed looks at you from where he's kind of just like leaning against the wall, like on the bed, on the bunk,
Mhm.
but like just sort of back to the wall, leaning. The lights are off and he kind of blinks in the darkness. There is like, because it is dark, there and the light streams in, there is some eye shine from the darkness.
Mhm.
That doesn't unsettle you because you're used to that, but would probably unsettle a normal person. But when he leans forward into the direct light that pours into the room, he looks like Reed, just, skinnier, more pale.
Mhm.
And he looks a little surprised. He like kind of raises an eyebrow at you and
Let's go.
glances between the guards.
Come on. Up.
He clearly has some questions, but he is not going to risk whatever is happening. So he is not going to voice them right now. He is just going to stand up and follow after you.
I think we may have, like, before I was not allowed to talk to him anymore, because I think I got forcefully removed from, I don't remember exactly because it's been 2 months, but like, I think we established that maybe he and I have a little telepathic communication.
Yeah, there is a connection
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. I will just, like, be chattering about, we're going to the bay. You need to get inside Ati. We're going to do a little training, get you comfortable with your new, existence. And then in his head, like, there's the sub conversation of Odin is going to try and use us to make more of us. I proved a theory to him. I need you to be real fucking careful. And please just trust me. Please.
That's insane. Why would he want to make more of us?
Because humanity's losing the war. And if you can make humans better, or if you can turn humans that you consider expendable into soldiers, not like our species hasn't done it before.
Before the conversation goes any farther, I do want to ask you, Cass, because I know you said you were going to try to post up on Wepawet, or yes, is your plan to spend this downtime action to make a connection with Chief, or are you
with Chief?
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure if you were making preparations.
The goal, I thought it was going to be easier to get to read.
Sure.
But like, essentially the goal is I need Reed to be comfortable with himself, so I'm using him as an excuse to be in the bay.
Right. I was just gonna say if you were trying to make preparations, then I would try to do the questions, but I think that's fine. Reed doesn't like give any outward signs. He doesn't shake his head, but you hear in your head as he says, "No, that doesn't make any sense. We are expendable already. I mean, they can just replace us. The thing is that it takes time to replace us.
If we were still human, Reed, that would make sense.
No, but Tryon, I'm saying I don't think he wants to make more of us. I think he wants to make more of Ati. We're a byproduct. What he wants is engines that they can produce more of and control more easily. I mean, you said Ahti eats the Leviathans, right?
Technically.
So if he can figure out a way to make more of those, then they don't have to rely on the engines anymore, and they don't have to rely on the engines choosing an operator when someone dies, and they don't have to worry about drift.
I want to say there's nothing that could make another Ahti, because it's not just Ahti, but thought for another day. Thank you, Reed. Just go climb in. I need to know that you can have my back in the cockpit.
Yeah, you've been walking to the hangar this whole time. The Iris agents have been walking like a step or two behind you. But since you've been walking in silence, just sort of like thinking back and forth at each other, they don't comment on it or say anything. And when you get to the hangar and head down into the pit where all of the engines are, where all of your engines are, they just kind of stand on the walkway and like observe down below with a better field of vantage points. Reed will like pretty much follow your orders and go over to Ahti. He seems extremely like nervous about it. Obviously, he seems extremely uncomfortable standing there in front of this thing. And you see him like hesitating as he sort of like reaches out towards it.
18 minutes and counting, Reed. Get in.
He sighs and he like extends his arm fully, and I guess we've never really talked about how you get into it, but I'm just sort of imagining like Goop picking him up.
Yeah, I feel like it's literally like Ahti like fully bends at the waist and just kind of like absorbs into the cockpit and then stands back up.
And he like flinches a little bit and like turns his head to the side and like clenches his eyes shut as that happens. But when Ahti stands up, he can move, and you see him like start to like lift the arms and like swivel at the waist and do the things that you told him to do.
I imagine I would be up on the walkway.
Sure.
Is Wepawet close enough to the walkway that I can just jump over?
I'll say yes. Yeah. I mean, especially if you're like walking up and down the walkway, like you're pacing, you can get to where it passes by A&W.
Yeah. I'll just hop down onto A&W's head and tap. Arm.
You hear...
You are so quiet.
I'm so quiet? Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Any better?
The 1960s technology is failing you, man.
Yeah, sorry, chat. I have a mic from the 60s, and I guess it's doing its thing.
I mean, you sound a little better. I can hear you, but yeah.
Hold on. Let me... I can turn you up in Video Ninja also.
Yeah, but people here need to hear me.
Oh, no, so loud now.
That's what it is.
Yeah. It's too loud now.
Okay.
How's that?
Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3.
It's still a little loud, but we can do it. I can do it.
I can turn it down a little more.
Okay, just, get that sweet spot.
Yeah.
We had 30 minutes of tech and it didn't have problems.
Well, to be fair, it kind of did, but we fixed it.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the story. Meanwhile, back at the plot.
Tap, tap, tap. Garm.
Do you hear the hatch hiss open? and you lift up, and from the like little pilot seat, I'm lifted upwards. I am so ragged, and I smell so bad.
Don't think Troyan gives a shit.
To the ragged or to the smell bad?
Either. Have you seen Troyan? Like,
On occasion.
like, we're fine. What's wrong with you?
What?
Garm,
What do
I
you
haven't
mean?
seen you. I have not seen you look this stressed since like the day you were hungover from my wedding and we had to deploy and you were passed out and had to get all of us up and running in 5 minutes. So that's like what, 30 years ago now? What the fuck's wrong with you?
What the fuck's wrong with me?
Yeah.
He just points at your mech.
What did Ati do?
Ati, what? You're letting him in it.
Yeah.
You're letting them create another soldier.
No. What I'm doing is saving your fucking friend.
I don't need anyone to save me anymore. Least of all, someone like you.
Oh, there it is. I knew you were mad that I came back.
I wasn't mad that you came back. I'm mad that they're using you and you're letting them.
Oh. Okay. I get it.
Troyan, how many people, how many kids have we had to bury?
Garm. How many more have been born?
That's not a good comparison.
Why
One
not?
life does not equal one death. They are
Sure
not a
doesn't.
1-for-1 ratio.
Nope, sure doesn't. And how many of those kids, you said, knew exactly what the fuck they were doing climbing into the cockpit?
I'm
Knew
gonna
the
give you-
risks?
None of
Mm.
them. None of them knew. They had an idea. They had a goddamn good idea. They had, frankly, not enough training, but they knew what it felt like to have the power of a god latched onto their soul. They didn't know what it felt like when that god died, when
I
they died. Well, aren't you special?
Yeah, I am.
I'm all right, Troyan.
No, you're not.
I'll be all right.
No, you're not. You're gonna get us killed.
I'm going to be the only thing that will keep all of you alive, including you.
No. See, the very first thing I learned stepping into Leto's cockpit was that I needed to work with her. And she had to work with me. And then with Ati, we had to work together again. So, why are you shutting yourself up in this cockpit, sending bugs into the walls, as if Odin doesn't have eyes on everything already? You're not going to outsmart him by yourself.
getting information.
What are you getting? Conversations, people's tater tot orders. What are you getting?
I'm getting
Nothing
the
he doesn't-
knowledge.
Nothing he doesn't want you to hear. Karn.
They keep sending us out to die, one at a time, slowly but surely. And I can't take it anymore. I cannot do this anymore. So
Okay.
if they won't let me take care of it for the rest of you kids, I'm going to do it my damn self.
Karn, I'm going to say this to you one time. I have lived for longer than you can even comprehend at this point. I'm not a child. In fact, despite the visual differences in our ages, I am so much older than you, and I have seen so much worse than you can imagine. And I'm telling you, this ship is the one bright spot in this fucking universe. And I clawed my way back to it. And I'm not gonna let you get in your fucking head and die trying to do too much. You have a team.
I don't disagree that I have a team. I don't think you won't try your damnedest to survive. I think the odds are against us, and no one
course they
is
are.
willing to help us. No one is willing to give us the more than the bare minimum. That is my concern. That is my problem. That is why I can't sleep. That is why I'm spying on everyone, because even if this is the one bright spot in the universe that we can all enjoy, even though you're older or just as old as me, I don't know how much time I have left to enjoy any of it. And I don't think I'm going to get retirement. I don't think it's possible at this point. So, I better make the best of what I can of the situation. If you don't like it, that's fine. Take it up with your supervisor.
I think this is the first time anybody has seen Troyan look actively pissed off.
To that point, both of you at that moment, hear a voice projected throughout the hangar. You recognize as Reed's say, guys. When you look, Ati is crouched on all fours, teeth bared, edges sharp, claws out, like it's ready to pounce on A&W.
Instinct
Reed
takes
says-
in.
And Reed says, I'm not doing this.
I think before you do anything, Logan, this utter, like, Troyan goes from rage to just blank. And when she opens her mouth again, it's not Troyan talking, it's Ati. Little human. Do you think I crawled out of hell, play house? Do you think I came here for fun? I wanted to come home. And I'm going to help you protect your home, our home, for as long as I can. Troyan's being nice to you. I won't be. Look around you. And really look. You are amongst gods. Not my kind. No, we died long ago, but humanity, well, y'all are still trucking along. Have some faith.
Is the mech Ati still feral all over on us?
I think she's stood back up, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely less like on the verge of jumping at you for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in the excitement of it all, even though Chief did not retract within A&W, you do see that Webewet's hand has reached backwards towards the blade that is mounted on its back. And he just looks you in the eye, Ati, and goes, I rightfully don't know what you are, what you want, or what you need from us. I've trusted you enough not to eat any of these kids. But this is not a matter of trust between me and you, me and Troyan, me and Grace, me and Cogs, or me and Futulu. This is between me, and he just kind of looks up towards where the brass, collectively, I'm assuming they have their own area, is.
Yeah.
There's an observation deck for sure.
Yeah. And them. So, you keep the scary monster routine up for someone who cares.
I'm not being
Me?
scary.
What do you call that? Looking at the clawed hands.
Brian got mad. I'm fine. No, what you're misunderstanding is that they don't matter. You got all you need in this engine bay. You don't need to worry about them. They're inconsequential at the end of the day because we can just walk and go do what we need to do. But you have to have confidence in the kids. Something about Cogs has faith in Tolu. Have faith in her. I do.
I have faith that they want to do their best.
That's all we can ask.
Is that all?
Sure. Bye.
At almost that exact moment, the two Iris agents call out and say, "Operators, time's up."
They're gonna put Reed in timeout.
That's probably the best place for him, to be honest. This is not... Even if he wasn't afflicted, I don't know what the right word is in this situation.
I think the term is abyssal human.
Once they write it down and tell me, sure, I'll go with it. I will figure it out. But even if he wasn't in that situation, I would want him at least on some R&R for a good couple of months before we put him right back into the death machine.
Are you down?
I'm done.
R&R means he forgets. He imagines that what he saw over there was a dream. Fighting makes it real. And like a change comes over her. Garm, fighting makes it worth it. Please. Get out of the mech and take a fucking shower.
It's an interesting interpretation of make a connection. To be sure.
No, I think there's a connection here. This is like a begrudgingly like.
Yeah.
This is people who've literally known each other most of their lives.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a little tough love, and no one else is really qualified to give it to Chief.
No.
No.
All right, so Troyan, what do you want to roll to make that connection?
Oh fucking no. Express?
You certainly were expressive. Yeah.
And I count the pips up at the top, not in the vertical columns, right? Cannot
It's
ever
horizontal. Yeah,
It's-
for when you're rolling.
Okay. Okay, so I roll 2 dice,
For express?
right? Or is it okay? No. Okay, so sorry. Is it the gray column or is it like the one
so
off to
sun
the
is
side?
vertical, express is horizontal.
Got it. Okay, so
Yes.
it's just one. So it's 2 and take
So
the
it's-
lower.
Well, no,
You
it's
have
one
one.
because you do have one dot
Okay.
in it.
Okay.
Chief could give you another one,
Nope.
but I don't know. Yeah,
Nope.
no, I didn't think so.
Shit, I don't know what dice to trust. I'm so betrayed by everything over here. 5.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I
So
did it, y'all.
Chief, you've got 3 links with Troyan. And as
Fuck,
Troyan retreats and as the Iris agents lead Reed away, Ati kneels down and releases Reed on tendrils of this black inky substance back onto the ground, and he shudders a little bit as he starts walking away from it. The Iris agents meet him by the hangar bay. Troyan, are you walking him back to his quarters? Chief, now that you're out of the mech, you glance back up at the observation deck, and you don't know if maybe you just didn't notice it the first time you gestured up there. The lights are off inside. Normally when
Mhm.
you're being looked down on by the brass, the lights are on and you can see who's watching you.
Mm-hmm.
But the lights are off. It's still in the darkness. You can make out the vague shape of a person looking down at you. Not enough detail to make out exactly who it is. Except there is one pinpoint of blue where an eye might be.
Fucking Cyclops. Okay.
I'm gonna eat him.
And
Chief is going to go and take that shower. I'm going to say that at least.
all right.
God,
Hell
thank
yeah.
you.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
How do we get you
And-
out of the cliffs?
Gotta show me something beautiful and pure.
Yeah, which Cogs tried to do with the
Yeah.
child at the ice cream cone and the but
Yeah, humanity persisting, by the way.
Hey Jen,
Mhm.
it's up to you and his. It's all you.
What could be more pure than Grace and
friendship and
Toad?
tots.
Yeah.
On that note, before we get into the rest of our downtime actions, I think this is a good time to take a break. And I don't want to
Yeah.
promise the audience anything, but I think Izzy might be back with us when we get back from that break. So stick around, don't go away. We'll see you in like 10-ish minutes. Hello, we're back. Plus one, well, plus two
Whoa.
players, kind of.
Oh my gosh, baby.
Oh,
Yes.
that face. Look at that face.
Eat your baby. The most
Guy's little,
precious
his little tooth.
one.
He's got a little tooth
He's
sticking
got a
out.
snaggletooth.
Got a little tooth sticking out. Look at that. Hi, hello, we're back. This is God Complex, believe it or not. And we're back for the second half of the session. There's so much hair all over my face and in my mouth. We're gonna get right back into it and start finishing up our downtime actions. So, with that, we still have what's on the board. Cogs has 1. Grace has 1. Troyan has 1. Does everybody still have 1?
Tolu has 2.
Tolu has 2. Yes, I know that, but I think everybody else still has 1. So, cool. Who would like to take a downtime action? I was going to say, Cass, you've been waiting 2 months to take your downtime action, but you stepped away.
Yeah, I have baby crimes going on over here.
It's fair. Mercifully, he has decided it's too hot for the papoose.
See, my orange children, fairly well behaved. The void child,
Yeah. It's always the void
Actively-
children.
actively ripping up paper across the room. I don't know if you can hear it. Like,
Only slightly.
and now she summoned the youngest orange one. Okay. Am I going?
If you want to, you've been waiting like 2+ months to bully Tolu at this point. So
It's true.
So
I feel like,
Tolu's with Grace currently, right?
yeah, I was thinking it would be very easy to say that you kind of bump into the two of them on your way back from dropping Reed off in his
Yeah.
quarantine.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to take your final downtime action, you
Sure.
round the corner while walking along the Delphi, heading back to your quarters or wherever you're going, and you see Tolu and Grace walking together.
And Grace and Tolu see a Troyan who is angrier than they've ever seen her.
Oh no.
Do you have any like spare tots available? I feel like this is a
absolutely have
tots
spare
forward
tots
situation.
available. Oh my god.
Let's
Okay,
get some of
so
those
you-
out.
Tolu,
Oh God, just Grace.
Bay, now. Grace, come with.
Okay.
It didn't work. Oh, she saw us. Okay. Yo, yup, here we come. We're coming.
Do you want some
Double
tots?
time. No,
no.
move.
Is it okay if we have some tots, or what if tots?
You're gonna need calories. Stuff your face. Stop talking.
Okay. Grace just turns.
Yeah, tots and
anime
walking.
style.
Tots and walking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think at one point I get behind the two of them and I'm just shoving them down the hallway back towards the bay.
I'm trying to talk to you with a mouthful of tots. I don't even know what I did wrong, but I'm just trying to come up with any excuse that maybe, I don't know. It wasn't me. It wasn't us. We weren't even there.
Grace, you're just gonna help.
Okay.
Because you're conscious, and that's helpful. All right. Get in your mechs. Now. We're going on a walk.
Is this?
Different mechs? Same.
Get in Ocean. Get in Carrot.
Okay.
Let's go.
Are they allowed to? She allowed to
I don't
do
know. I've
this?
never done this before. This is so new.
This is
The
so-
tots
You're
didn't work.
talking, not walking.
okay.
Tolu looks at Grace and just like starts walking like as if her legs are moving without her sort of conscious control. Just, what is happening?
Same. I think I shoved some tots, like emotional support tots, into your pocket before
Appreciate
we
it.
separate.
Pocket tots.
Pocket tots.
All right. Will, for training exercises, are we allowed to take the mechs out of the bay?
Yeah, but training exercises are normally like cleared by your wing commander.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Let's go.
Cool.
Just wanted to check that first part.
I'm a little
Uh-huh.
scared.
Yeah, I think Troyan just like Ahti gets in Ahti and just like points at the bay opening once you guys are in the mechs, is like, walk.
As you try to do that, I think you would hear like static crackle across your comms, and you would hear a voice that you don't recognize say, sorry, excuse me, Jotun Wing, I don't have you down for training exercises today, right now. The voice does not sound
here we go.
particularly confident.
Well, obviously you missed something because we need to train, because our last mission, Ocean was not out in the field with us, and so we need to go over some things that they missed in combat. Open the door.
It's just that these things are normally documented.
Open the door, or I'm gonna open it for you.
I can write it down though. That's no problem. I'll just write it down.
Thank you. It is
The door's open.
appreciated. Ladies,
Yep. Here we go.
Mhm.
Here we go.
I don't know if we're allowed to do this.
I've done
gonna be
something
so
I'm not supposed to
mad.
do before. It's fine.
just to Grace, I'm gonna radio over. Grace,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry for the forcefulness. I'm in a bit of a bad mood, but I promise I'm not gonna hurt you guys. I just need you to make Tolu think I might hurt her.
Just radios back. She might hurt you.
Can I have a little more explanation why you're trying to hurt my best friend? Maybe
Because your best friend, if we go out on another mission, is gonna die. Unless she bonds with that mech properly. And I don't think being nice is gonna do it.
Okay.
You've tried nice, Grace.
Mhm,
I think it's time
mhm.
for a little fear.
Yeah, that's all you. I will be here waiting some emotional support when it's all over.
And that's why you're here.
Okay.
Because I trust you to do that.
Okay. And I think
All
Grace
right.
would start using Dangun to like flash hand signals at Tolu, but we haven't established anything in that
I love
regard
it.
yet.
Yes.
Just like these half metal tiger paws that are like,
Tolu starts
Yeah.
flashing signs back.
And somehow you still understand each other.
For sure.
Okay,
It's
as
best
soon as we're
friendship.
Yes.
yeah, as soon as we're clear of the ship, Ahti is going to disappear into the blackness. Just go matte against the sky, almost like active camouflage. And to both of you, so that Grace does know what's going on. Tolu, what were you doing the day Ocean chose you?
Well, I think I had cereal for breakfast because I usually do.
Short story.
Okay. I was documenting the selection ceremony.
The
And
selection ceremony.
mhm,
And how close were you to her?
I don't know. Pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty close. Like
And
like
instead of looking at that little prick, she picked you.
that is the going story.
Why? And I think as I say that, you feel Ocean's foot just get dragged down a little.
Who? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, did you
Why?
good? Yes. Yep.
Why you?
Me is
You.
good question asking. It's because of how I am
What are you?
so tall. I'm sorry, that
tallest.
was a lie. I'm very short. I don't know. I didn't ask for this. I was just taking pictures, and then it started freaking out. Okay, I now I'm here, and you're being scary.
Am scary.
Am scary.
Not being scary. I am scary.
You're being
And
am
I'm the
scary.
least scary thing. You were gonna see if we ever cross over into the abyss to do anything about this. So what about you seems to not really be all that afraid of me? You're not. You're passingly afraid of things like me.
Should I be more afraid?
No.
Okay.
I'm just
Look
over
at
here.
you.
Duncan's just shrugging because
What about you makes you so fucking brave, Tolu?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I wasn't expecting a compliment after all of that. Okay. Wow.
And as soon as you start chattering, a hand covers Ocean's face and just like envelops the top of the mech in goo. Why are you brave?
Bryce.
still
Bryce,
shrugging.
why am I brave? Okay.
Oh, why are you brave? Why are you brave? And then
because you're really good at stepping into roles that are given to you that you didn't ask for.
Because I'm really good at stepping into roles that are given to me that I didn't ask for.
Thank you, Grace.
Oh.
That was that was from Tolu, not me.
That was
Little
from
bits
Tolu,
of
not me.
goo start to reach into the cockpit towards Tolu's face.
Ah, okay. Because I don't know if I'm not here, what happens to you all? You people have to go and fight things all the time, right? And I'm like, hey guys, everyone be careful or whatever. And
What does a journalist have to do with that?
oh, I don't know. It's just my previous job. I'm good at documenting stuff. Do you want me to take pictures? I can take pictures.
Blue.
Yeah.
There is nothing out here stopping me from killing you right now. Grace would not get to you in time.
you try though, really hard.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
But you're not panicking.
Are you gonna kill me?
More goo enters the cockpit.
Okay. All right, you can kill me. I get it. I understand. I should be more afraid. You're right.
No. I don't want you to be more afraid. I want you to tell me why you're not.
I mean, this whole thing is kind of inevitable, isn't it? They're here. I'm here. They're waiting for me to die. It's going to happen one way or another. What's the point of being afraid today versus tomorrow versus next week versus last month?
There it is. All right. Do you know that I remember vividly Ocean's original pilot?
I did not know, but that is not surprising. You are pretty weird.
We were friends. Her and I.
Awesome.
She terrified me.
Ocean is scary.
No. The operator scared me. Ocean is power. But she picks carefully who she shares her power. Her operator. That was a scary woman. Do you know why she was so fucking scary?
Did she do this and she like gestures to the ooze stuff? Like, or is this just you?
It's just me. She was scary because she had hope. Everything has happened. It is inevitable that we have ended up in this situation. No matter how many times it seems Cogs has reset the fucking time stream. But here you are. Still fighting. That makes you special, Tolu. So why won't you talk to your fucking mech?
I mean, I'm working on it.
No, you're not.
Oh,
You're running around eating tots with Grace.
I like tots.
Yeah. They're good tots.
They're fantastic
And
tots.
I'm amazing.
You are.
Grace is amazing.
Do you hear me saying either of you is any less than amazing? No.
It was
What you
just
hear
a
me
tone.
saying, and what I'm going to say, is that despite how good you are, Tolu, you're going to get us killed unless you wield the power at your hands that has been freely offered and you will not take because you are, for some reason, too scared of your fucking self to take it.
I'm scary too. You, me, Ocean's old operator, all some scary, scary people.
Sure. So scare me. And all the goo removes and like disappears again. Come and get me.
Ah. That. Yeah?
Come and get me.
Okay. Hey, you. You better stop bullying me or I'm gonna be so mad. And you will probably, you don't, me mad? No.
You're flipped over.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
come on.
She's spinning away, just like, oh, okay. So I'm just, do you want me to just like attack you? I should just attack.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Attacking, attack, and attack. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. All right. Here I come. I'm coming.
Why are you telling me that?
I'm not coming. Just kidding. I'm a mystery. I'm an enigma. And just
hey,
like swings a really gentle punch. Like,
yeah.
I didn't see that one coming.
Will.
Yeah.
Can I transcend?
Interesting question. Yes.
So spicy.
Yes.
Wow.
I said I was gonna bully you, bro.
The answer is yes.
Okay. I want to transcend, and I want to activate my little transcendent ability of this one's mine, which means neither of us can back down
Oh, no.
until one of us is defeated.
Okay, defeated is not
Okay.
dead. Not that Tolu
Yeah.
knows that.
Yeah, like in this case, genuinely not trying to actively kill Tolu, but she doesn't need to know that.
Okay. Interesting. Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm into this.
Okay.
And I would just put out there that we are still technically in downtime. We are still
Yes.
doing Make a Connection.
Yes.
And I'm
Yes.
only pointing that out because
Yes.
things that happen during downtime and Make a Connection rolls does not necessarily have a mechanical effect. So for example, if something were to Izzy, if there were something you wanted to have happen with Tolu and Ocean, you would not, I would say you would not be subject to the normal restrictions of your engine,
Oh.
of your playbook.
Interesting. Okay.
We're just doing narrative freeform stuff in this moment. So if you want to have a cool thing happen, it doesn't contradict anything on your character sheet. It's just not necessarily going to come into play until you buy off that until you decide to make that change on your character sheet. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Great. Helpful.
So-
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay.
But yes, in the meantime, you can transcend. You can get scarier, and and you can
Get scary.
you can start this showdown.
And I just start playing with Ocean, just batting him around like a cat with a toy.
Mhm. very like Dragon Ball Z, like motion blur.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get hit, motion blur.
And then they're over here.
Ati's
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
there to hit you in the other
Yeah.
direction. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Um,
think it's like, I don't know, a reasonable amount of time, like 30 seconds of that,
Mhm.
before Tolu starts getting like, okay, I get it. I hear what you're, all right, okay, all right, that's enough. And then fine. And then like try to hit, I'm totally
Sure.
blanking on the name, Ati.
Ati, yeah.
Go ahead.
Should I
yeah,
need to
what-
like roll for that? Can I just say
No,
I
you
do
can
it?
just do it.
Hit me.
What does it look like?
I think, let's see, so like she's been like flung across the sky again.
Mm-hmm.
Uses her engines to stop herself mid-track, and then like shoots forward and just sort of like javelins, hi cat, hello, javelins herself into Ati's like midsection.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And
When-
we've just
Oh,
Wait,
oh,
when
do it. Do
Ocean
it.
makes contact and gets a hit, Dangun busts out in Korean cheerleader routine. And you just
Yeah.
hear the music start, and they're just over there like,
All right, and as soon as that hit goes, and there's a flashing light dance routine going off in the distance, an elbow comes down on the back of Ocean's neck and starts to bleed into the mech, and you just hear, "Now we're going. Let's go," and yeah, just starts it all over again.
I dig that. I do want to say so we've established before that Ocean is kind of this like unlike all of the other engines that have some amount of
Mhm.
like mummification or grossness to them, Ocean is generally, I feel like we've talked about this, sort of like unearthly beautiful figure,
Mhm.
still very
Soup's hot.
yeah,
Soup's hot.
soup's hot. Still just sort of this like giant woman, kind of perfectly preserved.
Yeah.
And I think we've described sort of like golden accents,
Mhm.
if I'm not mistaken. So I
Correct,
think that
well
when
done.
you
10 points.
thank you so much. So when you javelin your way into Troy, and when you finally get fed up, you might not notice it, Tolu, because you are in the cockpit, you are in that moment. But Grace and Troyan certainly would. That as it's not just like you fly Ocean into Ati. It is you accelerate beyond the point that it should be possible for your engines to accelerate you. And Ocean briefly, at like the moment of contact, erupts into this like golden light.
Ooh.
You would all see this flash of golden light, and totally you might not know where it comes from, because you are in it in that moment. But like Troy and you see it and you feel it. This is like transcendent energy. This is divine energy. And
Yeah.
Grace, you certainly see it from the sidelines.
Yeah, so I definitely elbow down, start to try and smother Ocean again, and then just flip you.
Okay, I'm gonna try and turn the flip into some sort of like, I don't know, fighting words, some sort of circular kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bicycle
A
kick.
circle kick. Yeah, that's it. There we go. That sounds like a real one.
Yeah.
I'm very into the idea that the training exercise continues. The question that I think is most prescient is, Tolu, does it happen again? Or was it a one-off?
That's a good question. Oh, okay, Aziza, think about the thing. It does happen again,
Okay.
one more time.
Okay.
Like right at like, I think they're both, or at least Tolu is like feeling worn down and sort of the end, but is like really frustrated, not wanting to give up, and uses this last sort of like surge of energy to try and flip and pin. I don't know how you pin someone in space, but like an emotional
Hit
pinning.
against the ship, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes total sense. I think that you, once again, finally, you are so fed up that you have this like roar that escapes your body, and it doesn't even sound like you to your ears, as you kind of like grab I picture in my mind, Ati is actually not that big compared to the other engines.
No.
Ocean, I think, is just physically bigger than Ati, and normally slower as a result. But you all see that same sort of flash of golden energy, except it's even more intense this time. And I'm picturing it's just like Ocean's hand on Ati, and you just kind of like slam Ati into the side of the Delphi, maybe hard
Exactly
enough to
that.
leave like a little bit of an
dent.
indentation.
There's a dent in there.
Yeah.
And Tolu's like, whatever the fuck you're getting at, you've done it. All right? Okay, let's be done now. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my God, stop. Thank you.
Hey, Tolu.
Thanks. Yeah.
I don't flash golden light. And neither does Dangan.
What do you... Okay, so we're like around a shit ton of stars and space things. I don't
No.
know how space works. I'm not a genius.
Tolu.
Okay, what do you want? What? Yes. Yep.
You did that. You and Ocean. All by yourself. So, like, a hand is just gonna reach up and just pat Ocean's cheek. All you, baby girl.
Stop it. And then we'll sort of like realize where she is and what she's doing. Be like, oh, right. And like let go and back up. And,
It's okay. I liked it.
oh. Huh.
Did you just have a realization about Joseph?
Tolu's having a personal moment. Like, oh.
Right. Yeah, quote the video in the chat. This better not awaken anything in me.
Tolu,
Yes.
your emotional support friend is over there with more tots. We're gonna go back inside. And I need you to remember that you kicked my ass.
I did.
And I was
kick your
not
ass.
holding back.
That's right. Your ass was thoroughly kicked. You
And Toby King could never have done that.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. Woo.
All right.
I'm really sorry about. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Doesn't feel like the right time. I'm gonna
Why are you
And then we'll just-
apologizing?
fly away. I'm flying away. Bye.
And I'm still chasing after you, asking why the fuck you're apologizing.
It's not nice to hit your friends.
Hey, Tolu, I'm gonna hit you again if you apologize for hitting me in a training exercise. Also, thank you. You're also my friend.
At that moment, that same voice, sounding kind of uncertain, comes across your comms and says, Jotun Wing, you are not cleared for training exercise. You've been ordered to return to the Delphi.
Thank you for opening the door for us. We're coming back.
The voice does not respond, but
Sniffling in the background.
Yeah.
Troyan, you have made a connection. You're spending your last downtime action to make a connection with Tolu. What do you want to roll with?
I don't know if I want to roll with flow or... What makes sense other than flow?
Defy.
Defy?
Yeah, I would say. I would say you could make a case for empathize. Not that you have that.
I have literally no bits in that.
Yeah, I would
Never
say
empathized in my life.
probably. I think you can make a case for express, empathize, flow, defy.
I like flow because I don't know. I feel like, yeah. And technically, am I still transcended?
No. This is
Okay.
this is a downtime action. So you can do it narratively, but you don't get the
Okay.
extra.
Okay. So still just one dice.
Mhm.
Okay. Come on, please. So scared of my dice, y'all.
Well, it's a downtime action roll. So worst case scenario, you just get 2 links instead of 3 links.
I love this clear dice. It is my new favorite. It rolled another 5.
All right. So Tolu, you get 3 links with Troyan
Okay.
for the mission.
All right.
And are you spending one of your remaining 2 downtime actions to make a connection with Troyan back, or do you want to spend them on other things?
Is it okay if I spend them on other things?
Yes,
Feel
I just
free.
really want to work on my little downtime project.
Do
I forgot about
Absolutely.
Do
those.
it. Yeah.
absolutely it is.
My one thing was I wanted to try and get you closer to transcending.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mission accomplished. Incredible. Okay. Perfect. So you go back to the hangar and you dock your engines. And yeah, you've successfully made that connection. Does anybody else have a downtime action that they want to do? JT, I know that we were chatting, but if anybody else has one. Brian is now officially the only one who's out, I believe.
So when I say if anyone else has one, I mean literally anyone on the screen except for
Yeah, except for Cass, yes. JT, do you want to go now?
I can if other people don't want to do theirs.
Okay.
I had 2 scenes, so I feel like I can wait.
Yeah, you go.
Cogs is going to make preparations.
Okay. What do you want to make preparations about? Well, I guess the question is, how do you want to make preparations and what are you trying to find out information about?
They are going to go find Odin so that they can ask about the Leviathan that they captured.
Interesting. And it's very interesting to me. Okay. I think in that case, a little bit different from how we do make a connection. I'm curious. I think I would like you to roll that before we talk about it.
Okay.
Just so I have some idea of how it goes.
Is this similar? We pick a skill and then we...
Yes, it works largely the same way. You are having a conversation with Odin, so yeah, the question would once again be, what is your action that you are taking in this moment?
I mean, I gotta pitch analyze at you.
Yeah, you're trying to read his response to your conversation, so I think that makes sense.
All right.
There we go.
It's a 3 and a 4.
Okay. So you rolled 2 because you have no...
I have 2 dots
Or you have 2
in analyze.
in analyze. Okay,
Yep.
cool. All right, so yeah, with 4, I'm gonna up the readiness track. By a good, a fairly good measure, I believe. Sorry, I'm flipping back and forth in the rule book here. This is the only game I run that I actually use the rule book for, just because there's a lot of stuff. Okay.
'Cause there's a lot of rules.
There's a lot of rules in this game. It's deceptively rule heavy. All right, cool. I'm going to increase the readiness track by 3, which is exciting for you all because you can now pick tier 2 missions without penalty.
Mm.
So that is good news. And you can also ask 1 or 2 questions from your investigate, your playbooks, and gather information section.
Awesome.
And it'll be based on your conversation with Odin.
Mhm. Yeah, so I think, I don't know if Cogs can truly surprise Odin. I think Cogs just shows up in Odin's path at some point or another,
Mhm.
either from the ceiling or from like a vent in the floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's not hard to do. I think you can absolutely sort of drop down from the ceiling. Odin, I think, does not react, but it's hard to know if that's because he wasn't surprised or if it's because he's just very good at controlling his expressions.
Yeah, Cogs, they just launched right into it. You need to let me see the Leviathan that we caught.
Hello, operator. How's your day going?
It's fine. I hope your day isn't too stressful.
All in service to a good cause.
That's what they say. I need to see the Leviathan that we caught.
To what end?
I have some thoughts. I'd like to follow up on them.
I would love to hear them.
Sort of an independent project. I'll share if it becomes relevant to the mission, but
But it is relevant. Operator?
not so relevant. It could be a dead end.
Everything we do is in service to the mission. Everything we do is relevant to the mission. Every end that we pursue, every hunch that we follow up on.
That's what they say.
Who is they?
I would guess you and whatever other brass you consort with.
I'm not part of the Citadel Fleet Command.
So you don't know anything about what's going on up there.
I didn't say that, but I'm hardly part of the brass.
You're a very easy deceiver. I can appreciate that. I need to see the Leviathan.
So you keep saying, but you won't tell me why. And that puts me in a difficult position.
Far as I understood, you don't believe why I need to see the Leviathan. Maybe it's crucial to the timeline.
Ah, the timeline.
I'm asking you as a courtesy. I'd like to be clear.
I will make you a deal. Operator. Can you stop?
I will not.
Sorry, we're in demon hours officially. I will make you a deal, operator. You answer a few of my questions, and I'll escort you to look at the Leviathan myself.
Are my answers going to be taken at face?
I will do my absolute best to take you at your word.
Even if it sounds absurd and insane.
We've interacted enough times that I expect that.
Good. Go ahead.
Did you know that of all the engines, yours emits a very specific energy signature?
I did.
So I would ask if you can explain to me why Miranda, which you would know as the Delphi's AI, has reported similar energy readings throughout the ship.
Like I told you the first time you interrogated me. It's because of what we do. Making changes has impacts.
I don't think it is.
Then I'm not sure what you mean.
It's just a theory. But I think other individuals working along different points in the time stream have been on board the Delphi.
So you do believe me now?
About time traveling?
Yeah.
I never doubted that you were time traveling. The question on my mind currently, operator, is are you the only one?
It recently came to be that I am not. In fact, The first instance was after we brought the Leviathan back. Someone tried to kill me.
To stop you?
I don't know.
And has this happened to you more than once?
She did not continue to try to kill me, if that's what you're asking.
But you've spoken more than once.
Twice.
Very well. Do you think she could willingly be an asset to the cause?
Let's just say she had a very one-track mind about the business she was attempting to conduct. In fact, if she got her way, I think that she would be a detriment to your cause, which I'm assuming is in line with my cause at the moment. A very generous assumption.
I think your estimation is 100% correct. And noted. I appreciate your answers and your honesty. If you'd like to see the Leviathan, I'd be happy to take you.
You guys didn't clean it, did you?
I'm not certain what you mean.
Chief is going to be really mad at me. I have a reason to believe that the Leviathans have a natural predator.
Interesting. What might that be?
I don't know. I was hoping to get a look at the DNA, but when I tried to do it the first time before we brought it back, I was attacked, and when I woke up, the DNA was missing.
JD, what question would you say that Cogs is asking in this moment?
What is different about Odin this time?
Interesting. Okay. All right. He seems to consider you more on the same side.
Okay.
And I think he would say that is consistent with our findings as well.
But you haven't figured out. Or you have.
Would you like to see it, operator?
Are you going to take me to read?
No. Although, you're not far off.
Have you told Troyan?
Told Troyan what?
Please show me.
Gives you a thin little smile and leads you through the guts of the Delphi down into one of the holds far, far below the rest of the ship. Delphi is massive and equipped to hold far more starfighters and the like than it currently does. Many of them have been destroyed, lost in combat, and they are hard to manufacture while on the move with the Citadel fleet. So in one of those empty holds, which has been sealed, and you can tell that it's been sealed by the solid red light holding overhead, in the way that there are multiple levels of biometric security systems that Odin has to clear you through in order to get through. The doors part, and you see that this hold is open. It was a fighter bay, and so the lower half of it is open to exposed to space. And that same sort of, there's a bubble of that same sort of bluish energy that stops the vacuum of space from pulling things out of the engine hangar when they launch. Instead, that bubble is surrounding and protecting about halfway down the enormous shape of the Leviathan. And you can feel more than hear the resonance coursing through your body of the Leviathan's frustration and rage, even though it's dulled. And as that happens, Odin keeps talking and says, "We've had to take some measures to keep it sedated, of course. But he leads you past it as he's talking. And floor to ceiling in this hangar, there is a massive tube that has been set up, a containment tube. And at first, you maybe think that it is empty. At first, you maybe think that it's tinted. As you get closer and get a very good look at it, you see that it is full of a writhing mass of black, inky substance. Enough of it that the tube is full.
What did you do?
You asked if we cleaned the creature.
This was inside of it? What is it, blood?
No. Not exactly sure what it is.
We found bite marks.
Currently, our best guess is, as you said, a predator of some kind. We believe that the Leviathan was attacked by something, and this was left behind. Perhaps to consume it from the inside out. Perhaps to take control of it.
Was this as much as you found?
Yes, although it is a juvenile. And given enough time, it's hard to know how much it could have produced. It seems to need a living host to replicate itself. This amount that we have is what we have for now.
Is that what you did to Troyan's guard?
Certain what you're implying.
Why are you still bullshitting me? I want to
Operator,
believe we're on the same side. I obviously would expect an answer.
he takes a step closer to you, puts his hands behind his back and leans down a little bit. This operator, I'm relieved to see that you and I are coming to some kind of understanding, of common ground. if you would like to voice your concerns plainly, then I would happily address them. What happened with Specialist Mason was an unfortunate accident, and we believe to be the result of long-term exposure to Troyan Moat.
I've been exposed to algae for over 6,000 years. If that were the case, I would have turned in at least one of those timelines. It's always Mason.
Then God forbid. Perhaps it was a more nefarious, targeted infection.
I'm not going to hound on it, but just a bit of advice. If you are going to call your own actions nefarious, I think that warrants at least just a little bit of, forethought on your part.
I could offer you one small bit of advice, operator. It would be, you are uniquely valuable to us. Uniquely suited to helping the cause. If there are more of you, well, I suppose that would make you just another cog in the machine. And when the machine breaks, we replace the part.
Oh my god.
The Admiral has tried to have me replaced several times, and
I'm not the Admiral, operator.
Oh, I know. Merely an example of futility and the like. There's only one way off this ride for me, and I'm not taking it no matter what happens.
I sincerely hope that remains your choice.
You need to extend an olive branch to Chief. He's more than earned it. And he needs to see that somebody cares.
I'm all ears. What would you recommend?
Invite him in. Show of faith. Anything. I've seen him like this a dozen times, and I can't fix it this one. He's not very fond of you. And if you are, as you say, you are not the Admiral, I think proving that to him would do you a world of good.
I'm not here to mend your relationships.
I'm not asking you to mend mine.
Any of yours.
I'm doing you a favor. I'm not the active threat, and I'm not the special item on this team. You want to watch Chief rip through high command in whatever way Chief decides is most appropriate, fine. But Grace and Troyan are close to figuring out what it is you're doing to them. It's only a matter of time before Tolu and Ocean click in a way that you can't contain anymore. And to be quite frank, I don't have the power to get them all in line. I can't even get myself in line. I've died ego death more times than you could possibly fathom. How much of a god do you think that makes me? There's only one person on my team who could keep us all together, and it's Chief. So please, for the love of God, for the love of your cause, for the sake of humanity, prove to him that you're not like them.
Your concerns are noted. Perhaps I have spent too long staring at the big picture.
I have one more question. Can I have some?
What would you do with it?
I understand a lot of the redundancies in the Delphi's inner workings. I can build machines that you don't have. I can perform tests that you can't. I work quick, and I care more about figuring this out than anybody.
Make you a deal, operator. Call it a show of good faith. You help me get my hands on one of your rogue time travelers. And I'll get you your sample.
In that case, I'll need two.
Done.
Cox will nod. And we'll wait for Odin to show him out because he can't leave. Because he doesn't have the clearances to leave.
He'll walk you out, absolutely. He'll walk you out. And he'll leave you. I think he'll walk you to that door, wait for you to leave, and then it'll seal behind you. And as you sort of look back, standing there, there's just that moment of the doors sliding shut. And his face is the last thing you see, and he just looks supremely satisfied. But Tier 2 readiness for the last bastion, that's exciting. And you got some information. I don't know that we have ever had, we've had some interruptions this session. And we have had some lengthy downtime actions. We've had some short downtime actions. Do we want to go a little bit longer? Or do we want to end at 11 like we normally do?
I'm good with whatever.
Okay.
Doesn't matter to
It's
me.
a short day for me tomorrow, so.
Okay. All right. If we can go a little bit longer, I think we could at least get in one or two more downtime actions, maybe slightly less spicy, but who knows? We'll see. Only time will tell. Who wants to do what? Grace, you haven't taken your last one. And
Yeah. I was gonna. Can I help Chief recover?
yeah.
Is that
absolutely.
something I can do? Or
So
at
you
least
can-
try?
You can help Chief recover. Just to be clear, it's not going to necessarily help with the eclipsed thing.
No,
but
I am hurt. I have level
Yes.
2 wounds.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So yes, you can absolutely do that. What are you
Okay.
thinking?
So I think Grace would go find Chief after whatever that just was.
Yeah,
And-
Yeah, go on.
Probably since we put our mechs back, probably check there first. And then I think you said you were going to go take a shower, right? Is that what you said you
Yeah,
were
so
gonna do?
Chief's in his quarters now.
Okay.
I was gonna say I feel like the door slides open to Chief's quarters, and there's a freshly showered Roswell Garm standing on the other side.
He's got a big old bathrobe on. It's nice and
Yeah.
fluffy.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So I think I would go to your quarters and present you with a lovely pocket full of tots. And yo, you okay? Can I stay for a second?
I look at the tots. More tots. Okay. And then I go to like a shelf I have of like condiments that I've been hoarding for like years. They are not good. Some have expired, but it's the only joys I have with these constant barrage of tots. And you see he like pulls out some hot sauce and starts like covering them like, oh yeah, this is what I need. Grace, you wanted something?
Yeah, just you've been around for a while, right? Right.
Is that a nice way of saying I'm old?
I think it's a nice way of saying you're seasoned.
Okay.
You've been around the
I'll
block
take
a
it.
little bit, right?
Yeah.
I also heard everybody is weird today. Have you noticed? Everybody just seems angry.
Yeah. Everyone's a little on edge. It's been a hell of a ride.
Yeah, so I kind of need your help in covering something.
Okay. What can I do for you?
It was not for me. It's for Tolu, kind of, really, because see, Troyan took us out in the mechs. when
Wait,
we
Troy
worked
did
so-
what?
So we had to go out in the mechs, and like I think Grace just starts nervously like putting more hot sauce on a tot, like an excessive amount.
Chief has a pad where he's like trying to find the report of something.
So Troyan took us out, and I know that she wasn't really supposed to do that, and I don't want them to like take her off any of our missions or anything. So if you could like say you ordered them to take us out.
I need to know exactly what happened. As much detail as you can give me.
Oh,
'Cause- Go
because
ahead.
what?
Because if I don't say what happened in this report, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna put that on the table. I'm
Okay.
doing it.
Okay.
But if I say something happened that
Mhm.
did not happen,
Mhm.
or if I don't say something that happened that did happen, there
Mhm.
is no way I can cover this. What happened?
Okay. So, Tolu and I were walking down the hallway, and
Mhm.
Troyan came up and told us to get in our mechs, and we left for space a little bit, and they had a little bit of a skirmish thing, and then we came home. So, there's a big sparky light thing that happened. You might have to make something up about that because I think Tolu did it. I'm not sure. And also Duncan can cheerlead, which I did not know until today. So you can put that in there. But I don't want to lose them on the squad. So. And my father is very mad at me right now and is making me go to dinner. So I don't want to ask him to do anything.
Your dad's back?
Unfortunately, yeah. With
I'll probably have to see him. I swear he wanted reports from me on stuff, but I don't remember. Okay.
yeah, reports about what?
Just how you're doing. You know, worried dad stuff.
Yeah, did you have to write reports for Faith too?
Who?
Faith?
Sorry. Doesn't ring a bell.
And I think Grace like squints her eyes and like really like focuses like as she says the name to see if there's like any sort of reaction. Okay. All right, no bells, none at all, not even a tiny one, not even a tiny little bell.
Grace, I don't. There's so many. I just got out of retirement. Maybe there was a Faith beforehand.
Okay, but you don't deny it.
I don't because I don't know. I can't deny something I don't know.
Okay.
There's very likely, if we want, we can go check the records. I'm sure there was a pilot named Faith at some point.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. I can do that. I don't need you to do that. How are you doing, by the way? Because normally you're not showering in the middle of the day like this.
I'm you know what? I'm fine. I'm cooling off. I had a bit of a fight with Troyan a few hours back there, probably right beforehand. And
oh, you too, huh? Okay.
She's looking out for us. I know that. Maybe not my favorite way, but whose favorite way is getting chewed out, right? Okay. And I'm tired of you kids getting hurt. That's the long, that's the short. But
I mean, I'm fine.
Yeah. Grace, you're fine. But we went on a mission. We almost lost Tolu. And we brought back someone I supposedly saw die.
Yeah, there's a lot of that happening around here.
Yeah. And I don't know if I can stand burying someone else.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, but you're also chief, so like you really don't have to bury them. You know, you could give that task to. I know, not the point. Got it. Okay. Ooh, I have something, and Grace like pulls out. They have like a little like stuffed into their like suit or whatever. They just pull out 2 face masks.
Okay.
Do you want to do some skincare with me? Maybe we can watch some TV or something. I just feel like you've been really stressed, and I stole these out of the medical bay. So now you're an accomplice. So here, and the hands over to Chief.
Okay. You know, he like looks into a dirty mirror on his wall, and he can see like the bags under his eyes. It's just, I have been pretty stressed out.
Oh my god, when is the last time you cleaned in here?
I haven't even been in here. We've been on so many missions. I need to work on so many machines. I haven't been here.
Nobody cleans your room for you?
Why would someone clean the room for me?
No reason. Forget I asked. Here, you sit. And like I like rip open the face mask and like put it on your face for you and like make you like lie down and then like get you a pillow, and then I call Tolu to come help me clean your space while you
get the cucumber slices, get some headphones in. Just
listen to some whale sounds.
Forcing you to have a spa day within this little cubicle of yours. So
I do have like a classic quarters, nothing fancy at all. I like my shrine to anything worthwhile is my hot sauce collection, I guess, so to speak. So yeah, I really appreciate that.
I love that. That's super sweet. What action do you want to take for this, Grace?
Okay, so I think I would say empathize.
Yeah, I think empathize makes a lot of sense. So you can roll 1 die.
I'll roll this one. 5.
All right, you can mark 4 on your recovery track.
Wait 1
That's-
second. This is going to be me remembering a thing. Okay. Under our series abilities, Esprit de Corps, you can roll 1 more die when you help a friend recover, and you are helping me
that's right.
recover, right?
Ooh, yes.
Yes, that's
so
right. Yes.
let's see if you get a 6.
6.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
it worked.
Hell yeah! 4
Yeah,
segments.
Which is a full.
That is a full
Boom, boom.
recovery. Yep,
Yay!
So my
I did
level
it.
2 harm is now a level 1 harm.
incredible,
Oh yeah.
amazing.
Thanks.
Fantastic. All right, Grace, that is your last downtime action. So Chief has 1 left. Tolu has 1 left.
2 left. I didn't use my
Mhm.
That's
action
right.
on
That's
the-
right.
That was
You didn't
Cass.
use yours. Yeah, that's right. All right. So you have 2 left, and Chief has 1 left. Tolu, would you like to take one? We can kind of do a sandwich here.
Yeah, that works.
All right.
I would like to work on one of my downtime projects of putting in what I think we said sensors on Toby's robot.
mech.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Kiernanos. All right. Yeah. Let's do it. So does that mean that you are kind of sneaking into the hangar and installing the sensors?
Absolutely, it does.
Okay. All right. What would you like to roll for that?
Let's see. I have so few things. I'm terrible at rolling, but let's go with Defy. I don't have anything in that, but we're gonna go with it anyway.
Okay. Yeah. I think Defy makes sense. I think Conceal could also make sense, but both are the same for you. So yeah, you can roll 2d6
Both
and
big
take the
old
lower.
zeros. Cool. I'm rolling
Yeah.
2 and taking the lower. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. 2 6s. That's a cock die.
Big money, no whammies.
Hey, that's 1 6, but also a 4.
Well, 4's not bad. 4's not
4's not
bad. You still
bad.
get to
I'll take a
mark.
4.
You still get to mark 3 segments on your project clock.
3 total segments? Like 3 altogether, or 3 additional segments?
3 in addition to whatever you already had. 3 new ones.
Ooh, I'm getting close, guys.
How many do you have left?
I have 1 left.
Okay. All right. That's very exciting. So yeah, you slip into the hangars and you're kind of like tinkering and installing this. And I think this totally makes sense within your skill set as a formerly an investigative journalist, because it's probably not the first time that you have like, you're used to
Sneaked in a
working with
place.
it. And you're used to working with this kind of equipment, this sort of like audio listening in kind of equipment as well. So you're kind of sneaking in and doing that. And I think as you are doing that, there is a moment of there's a moment of concern where you hear, you hear footsteps echoing across the hangar. And I think you're probably trying to do this at a time where the hangar is empty. So
Mhm.
maybe like very late in the standard, time cycle of the Delphi, of the Citadel fleet. Clocks are kind of synchronized. Obviously, there's not like daylight and nighttime here, but the whole fleet kind of follows the same schedule, more or less. And so you're doing this during the time where, normally everyone would be asleep. You
sleepwalking.
hear,
Oh.
right? And you hear footsteps, and you kind of like from inside Kiernanos' cockpit, you kind of like peek your head around, and I think you actually see Toby King standing there. walking towards the engine, looking a little maybe concerned or confused. You're not exactly certain. And you watch that happen. And then over his shoulder from like across the hangar with the lights turned down low because of the hour, it's after like bunk time. You see just the smallest bit of movement from an engine across the bay, which is Ahti. Just the smallest bit of movement, but then also like a clanging noise as the result of it. And Toby like spins around in place, looking very confused and very concerned, and starts like slowly walking towards Ahti instead of towards you.
So if I'm gonna get to a stopping point, I'd like to finish up what I'm doing and then sneak out if I can.
Yeah, this is at the point where you're like you're kind of like finishing what you can do for the night, and that's why you aren't able to finish the project in this moment quite. But you're very, very close. You just have to ditch right before you would be done because Toby is coming towards you. But given the distraction that it seems like Ahti created kind of autonomously, you are able to finish what you were doing and get out before he catches you.
Spooky.
Sneak away.
Okay, sounds good.
Fantastic. Chief, your final downtime action.
Yeah. I think Chief has had his spa day. He has recovered. He has at least gotten to the point where he feels a little human now. The only person I have not directly interacted with lately, well, no, I guess Tulu. I haven't directly interacted with Tulu. I was going to say Cogs. JT, I know Cogs is hurt. Cogs is very hurt.
It's just a level 3 harm. It's not. It hasn't stopped me before.
I know what that means, though. I know actually what that means in this game mechanically. So
It's true.
I'm going to go and I think I can track down where everyone is except for Cogs. So I'm going to spend some time to try and find him. And then when I find them, I'm going to do a mental health check.
And I think that makes a lot of sense because I kind of feel like Cogs, maybe there's a lot of information to process after your conversation and encounter with Odin and what you've seen in the hold. And so I think you're kind of lost in thought and trying to process through some of that and figure out what any of it means when you almost like bump into Chief. And Chief, for your part, you stumble upon this very sort of agitated Cogs.
Mm-hmm.
Chief, sorry, I hadn't seen you there. I apologize.
No need to apologize. What's going on, Cogs?
Much.
Let's talk about it. It's been a rough couple of... Oh god, it hasn't even been 24 hours. A couple hours here.
Well, have you ever had to make a choice for the team that you knew that they would hate?
On occasion, comes with leadership.
I fear that there is a slight possibility that Troyan may be more upset with me than she realizes.
I don't know if that's true. I feel like Troyan's pretty motion on her sleeves.
We didn't initially find Reed in that engine.
Oh, okay. What do you mean by that?
We found her wife, and I tried to tell her not to put her back, but she did, and she would have been killed. So I did what I had to do.
Troyan or her wife?
Troyan would have been killed. I mean, her wife would have died if Troyan had made a different choice. But
Okay.
basically, I took her wife away from her at the expense of not knowing where she is or what's happened to her anymore. And yeah, we got Reed back, which is... But
we do have Reed.
is it right for us to get to make these choices for other people?
I'm gonna put things in perspective here. The question of, is it right to do something that is as horrible, who decides who gets to live or die? We don't get that. We didn't get we were not chosen to make that choice. We were put into that situation. If we didn't have a galactic-wide, extermination event happening, you never would have had to make that decision, Cogs. That's not your fault.
All due respect, it very specifically is my fault, and she remembers this time.
Okay, but did you put her wife there?
No, but that's not...
And did what you did save her?
In theory.
But you just told me she was going to die, and I was just chewed out by her not some 2-3 hours ago. That's... dead people can't chew me out. There's a physical reality here that Troyan is physically here. If the alternative was Troyan not being here, I'm not going to say that you made the right decision. That's a moralistic code I cannot defend one way or another. But I do think you made a good decision. And sometimes those decisions, people aren't going to like you for. And that's okay.
All right. Please keep that in mind.
Just smile on Chief's face because he's like, yes, this is going according to plan. This is working.
I spoke with Odin.
No, the Cyclops? Okay. What's going on?
We chatted. He showed me some very interesting things deep in the ship.
Okay. That's nice and cryptic.
Well, I'm pretty sure that... I don't even know how to put this. I'm pretty sure he wants what we want. I'm pretty sure he's, like, truly on our side. Like, he might be an ally to us, as opposed to the brass, the Admiral, and their posse.
Okay. Okay. That's good. I'm going to say whatever he showed you or told you.
Showed.
Okay,
Didn't
whatever he
tell
showed
me
you.
much.
Don't put too much faith in it. even if it seems too good to be true.
It's not that it's too good to be true. It's just a confirmation of a suspicion that I had when we brought that Leviathan back.
Okay.
They have a natural predator.
A predator? What
Yes.
kind of predator?
I don't know. But they leave behind this parasite that propagates in the Leviathans. And I'm going to get a sample of it from Odin after.
Wait, he has it and he didn't. What are they doing with it?
It's just in a tube.
We have a weapon against them and it's just in a tube?
We don't know what
and
it
you
does
trust
yet.
him? You said it's a predator. You said it's a parasite. It eats the Leviathans.
That's the prevailing theory at the moment.
And he didn't give you a sample. Why?
Well, I might not be the only one.
The only one what?
The only one capable of time travel.
Okay, that's still a hard sell for me. That's a very hard sell for me. Okay,
I'm not the only one, decidedly. When we brought the Leviathan back, I took a DNA sample and I was going to process it to try to analyze what was going on in the wound, but I was attacked by a woman named Hex who claims to know me and claims to know my name, and she's been visiting me several times, and Odin noticed, because of course Odin noticed. Antivorta gives off a very specific signature, and they all emit the same thing.
Okay.
I told him to extend you an olive branch.
Okay. That's very nice, but you don't... The man can do his own work. He can put in whatever he needs to put in.
I'm not saying that on my word alone you should trust him. I think you should hear him out, but...
Okay. You got attacked? Did you report
it
it?
was a long time ago. No. I didn't think that Odin believed I was a time traveler. Who would I have reported being stabbed to? You? You barely believe me.
It doesn't... Okay, I'm not concerned about who stabbed you. I mean, that is important. I'm more concerned that you got stabbed and you haven't... Have you done anything about it? Have you gone to sickbay?
Yeah, I mean, I treated the wound, but
But did you go to sickbay?
Well,
It's a yes or no.
I don't need to do that.
You don't get to decide that right now. Did you go? Just tell me yes or no, Cox. Great. We're going now. Follow me.
We don't have to go to sick. I'm fine. I've been stabbed at least 200 times.
I've been stabbed, and that's a statement you make, and then immediately follow up with, "I'm fine."
I just mean that it's happened before. Not from her specifically, but I've been stabbed.
Great. Wonderful. And you're fully recovered from that, right?
You learn a lot when you have to relive the same death multiple times.
I think Chief is... He knows this is going to turn into a circle. Like, I'm fine, I don't need to take care of it. I'm fine, I don't need to take care of it. And he reaches down to his boot and he pulls out a knife. Show me what you got, and I am going to try and stab Cogs.
Right, okay.
Sorry, what?
This
is a recovery action?
Helping a friend recover?
Yeah, don't worry. You'll see.
All right, I'm trusting the process.
For me and Solo.
Sure,
Trust the process.
Yeah. I mean, this is anime shit.
We're healthy.
So,
We're healthy. We're so healthy.
Episode.
Right. Okay.
This is a healthy team.
What action do you want to use for this?
Realistically, here's what I'm actually doing. I don't want to hurt Cogs. I want to make Cogs realize the severity of being stabbed. So allow me, if you would, to perceive the exact perfect spot I could probably stab him to get below in his ribs, but below his lungs.
Okay.
Light stabbing between friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Light stabbing.
Let's do it.
Okay, so
Let's
you're
do
gonna
it.
miss his liver and spleen, though, right?
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. So
Okay.
let's see.
Okay.
Left. No, it's
Just
right
checking.
side. Yeah. Yep. It's your liver's on the right. Yep.
You can-
Okay.
You can hit the
So if I
kidney.
go
I'll get that back.
Okay. For what I am doing, I am rolling my perceive action. I am still transcended. So I get to roll 3.
Yep.
So don't worry. It's going to be good. It's going to be great.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Fun anecdote while Logan is rolling. The worst roommate that I ever had in college
Oh my
did
god,
something
what are
similar
you
to
about
me.
to say?
Stab you?
Something similar. No, but he came back to the room one night and he was drunk and stressed and on Adderall, and he said and he tossed me his pocket knife. And he said, I have to write this paper tonight. If I try to leave the room, I need you to stab me. If you stab me right here, I don't even need to go to the hospital.
Wow.
Yep.
And
That
then you
was-
moved out.
At the end of the semester, yes.
See, that's only crazier than a friend of mine whose roommate was making meth in their dorm room. And
I don't know that that's crazy.
That's honestly-
making meth in your dorm
Hey,
room.
that's a classic.
that's a classic Midwest college situation.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Call
it
me
is.
old
Look,
one
I went to
Iowa.
Bama my
I'm making
freshman
meth
year,
in
and
my
that's the most
dorm.
redneck thing.
They closed off the room, and his roommate got a full ride tuition for 2 years. Just 2 years, not the whole
Hell yeah.
college experience, but
Of course
you know.
not. Of course not.
And they gotta make money.
We're
Yep.
sorry your roommate made meth.
Yep. I got, just so everyone knows, I got a 2, a 4, and a 6.
For stabbing Cox, by the way.
For stabbing
your
Cox.
party
No,
member.
but it's recovery.
Yeah, but it's
so
to
fine.
help
Recovery
recovery.
stabbing.
So it's
Don't
actually
be
fine.
dramatic.
Yeah.
It's actually
When
fine.
everybody figures out that Chief and Troyan are way too similar.
Well,
Can you-
on this, war does strange things to people, you know. On that recovery, on that roll with the 6 carries through. Cogs, you get to mark 4 segments of your recovery
Yippee!
clock.
Hey, so that should bring you all the way down, right?
So I
They
actually
already
let
had
me
2.
ask this. I had 2 on my healing.
Yep.
Do I lower both of my traveler's despairs?
No, you fill up your
I get
clock once, and then the 2
Yep.
segments carry through. So basically, you don't
Yep.
need to change anything, but you do get to downgrade
I get
the
to-
3 to a 2, I believe.
I get to downgrade traveler's despair 2 to a level 2 harm, baby.
And I have this fun ability called Constant Care. When you help a friend recover, I also recover based on my roll.
Yo, that's sick.
So since I'm filling 4 spots, that actually removes all of my harm.
Yeah,
The stabbing really helped.
you stab your
could've-
friend,
You could have
and
rolled
you
4
feel
dice,
better.
by the way. I forgot.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Wait, I can roll another dice?
Yeah.
Let's do it to see if I crit.
let's do it.
Nope, that was a 2. That didn't crit. Oh, well.
Close.
But
Close.
Will, if I may use this ability to sort of do a little narrative silly, I think Chief stabs Cogs, and Cogs does, react as though they had been stabbed, but they move their hand away and it is already healing.
See, I was going to take you to
that's
sick
fun.
bay after this, but that's much better.
It's a really weird way to ask me to go.
This is... What happened?
I feel like we're all very unconventional, so
Yes.
Yeah, quirky.
So
Okay.
can you confirm this for me, JT? Cogs' wound is already no
It's
longer...
closing. It's not closing fast, but it is closing.
And Chief can see it.
Yes.
What the hell's going on here?
It's a time thing.
Time heals all wounds.
Time heals all wounds.
Oh, that's good. Is that what the ability is called? Because it should be.
But it's called Out of Time.
Oh,
Should be
well,
Tim's.
that's, yeah.
Not because I'm out of time, like to live, but because I'm outside the flow of time, generally speaking.
Missed opportunity.
Out of
I was
time
just
to
gonna
live.
say that. Yeah.
Out of time to you are outside the regular flow of time, and injuries kill you instantly.
Oh.
No.
I think
incredible.
the stabbing has probably convinced, like, you healing has probably convinced Chief. And he just looks at you and goes, "Okay, you didn't need to dodge that, I guess."
No, Antivorta takes very good care of me.
Okay. I'm calling my action. That's it. That's what we did. I
Yeah, no,
stabbed Cogs,
absolutely.
okay?
You stabbed
Ah,
Cogs to make
You
him
stabbed
feel better.
Cogs. Yep.
Yep.
And it happens.
And it worked. And it worked.
You kickstarted Cogs' healing factor.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's not a real healing factor. I just have a 3-segment health clock now. That's
it
all.
counts. It counts. Narratively, it is. And that makes sense. That makes sense. I like that. So, yeah, you are assured that Cogs can recover on their own. You maybe still take them to med bay. I think that does
Yeah.
make sense, even if it's just, overnight.
Can it be that while we went back to, I like force Cogs to med bay after this. Like, I don't care that you have magical healing powers right now, but
I think on seeing that you're willing to stab them to force them to go, I think Cogs is just like, fine, fucking goddamn.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
has Chief ever stabbed Cogs before?
Ooh, good question.
Officially, I'm gonna say about 16 on that one. If
That's
Okay.
pretty low.
kinda-
That's pretty low.
I
Kinda
love
s-
that we have to have the distinction of officially.
Yeah.
An
kinda stopped
official stabbing as
counting-
opposed to like I trip and fell.
Well,
Yeah.
JT has told me that there's a spreadsheet tracking how many times.
there is, but Cogs stopped counting at some point in the past because Tolu is a 1 instance.
That's right.
Hmm.
That's right. That's right. All right. So, you drop Cogs off and you retire for the night, Chief, to finally get a night's sleep after
Mhm.
staying up for God knows how long in A&W, trying to
Mhm.
crack the puzzle. And your head hits your pillow and you are almost asleep from exhaustion before you even realize it. And you have a peaceful night's sleep, maybe the first one in a long time. And deep within the bowels of the Delphi, in a specific hold, sealed off from the rest of the ship, there is a tube, a dark void filling it to the brim. There's a writhing mass of black inky substance within. And for the most part, it is still. But we see it become agitated. Movements become more vigorous. And the amount inside contained within depletes slightly. The rest of it expanding to fill the void created. You see a hand reach out, disconnect the smaller canister from the base of the larger tube. Contained within its depths, a fairly small, inconsequential amount of that same writhing, agitated, inky black substance. And that's where we're going to end this episode of God Complex.
That's my dad.
Will. Oh, that's something.
It's probably
your-
something. It's
that's your
probably
dad?
something.
That's my dad. That's
Might
Connor's
be my
dad.
wife.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
You.
Yeah, I
You
do.
know.
You're right. You're right.
Just-
I know.
Turn on your location, bro. Gotta talk. Show
All
up.
right. Hell yeah, we did it. We played God Complex. We ran late, so let's
Sweet.
get right into our outros. Cass, if you wouldn't take it away.
Hello. My name is Cass, better known as Yoda or Yoda Almighty. What have I got going on? Next Wednesday, I'll be over on Live from the Apocalypse for Wildcard Wednesdays. We are running a game of the Star Trek Adventures RPG. I am playing Lieutenant Commander Vimes Tassam, who is the Chief Security Officer for the USS Gallant. Things are fine. Brendan didn't leave us off on like the worst cliffhanger at all. It's fine. And then Redacted is gonna come back eventually. So that's on alternating Thursdays to this game. And then keep an eye out for the end of the month because I will be running a game over on Tales from the Table Studios. And I will be in a game on Tales from the Table Studios. So yeah, keep an eye out. It's gonna be fun times over there for me. I think that's it. Yay.
Sick, Izzy.
Hello, I'm Izzy. I've been playing Tolu tonight, and you can find me on, I guess technically on Twitter, but I don't really hang out there anymore. So mostly Blue Sky, Z_mist. Some other things, bluesky.com. Also on alternating Thursdays. Actually, sorry, that's a lie. Wednesdays, I release a podcast called Pod Against the Machine for all your Pathfinder needs. Check it out. That's all from me. Thank you for coming. Bye.
We'll do JT last so that we can do entropy stuff. So Logan.
Hello, hey, my name is Logan. I've played Chief. I've had a bad time and a good time today. That's just life though, right? Isn't it? You can catch me at Apocalyptic Unlimited, all POC TTRPG art collective. That goal is to raise up the voices of other POC in the TTRPG space. I'm going to do the Crit Awards thing because that's a thing that's happening right now. Please go vote in the Crit Awards and please vote for us for our Black History Month Black Girls Rock fundraiser event that we did. It was a month-long event of games. There is a playlist if you want to see all those games, so you can enjoy all the fun times that we all had. Outside of that, you can also catch me at Bloom and Blight, which we just came back with part 2 of our season 2. Oh, there's a lot going on. I listened to it this morning. You should too. My character got really angry for reasons. Outside of that, catch me on the internet at Hollow Orange or Hollow_Orange, depending on what handle is available. I'm glad I didn't do the 90s thing where I put a bunch of numbers at the end of it or put X's on either side. You know the thing.
I do know the thing.
I mean, I feel like that's a missed opportunity.
I agree.
Jen.
Oh, that's me. Hi, I'm Jen /Youngles. I played Grace. I do things on the internet. I hang out at Blue Sky mostly because everywhere else kind of sucks. So you can follow me on there. I have stuff happening. I have a vampire game I'm recording soon. I have another one, a different game am I allowed to talk about the thing?
Yeah, if you want to. I was going to talk about the thing.
No,
but
you can talk about the thing. You can talk. You know more about it than I do, so you can talk about it. But also, I think that's it. I do stuff. That's all I got.
Oh, yeah. I will take it away and then hand it over to JT to close us out. My name is Will. I was your storyteller this evening. I played everybody else. All of the little cinnamon roll NPCs that would never do anything to hurt you or make your life more difficult. They're all on your side. I have not a lot going on this weekend. I do have a lot going on, but it's not going to be streamed. You can't watch it. Tuesday of next week is the only thing that I really have to plug, which is going to be the start, fingers crossed, assuming everything comes together in time, the start of a Monster of the Week mini-series over on Live from the Apocalypse called The Sayer House 6, which is going to be about a group of foster siblings who lived in the same awful haunted house when they were children and have now grown up to be monster hunters, supernatural people, and are called back to that unfortunate house, which has reappeared mysteriously. You can also see Jen in that game, as well as a few other people that are your faves, I promise. And that is everything that I have to plug for the time being. Everything I do, pretty much, except for this, is over at Live from the Apocalypse, and I'm on Blue Sky, though not really posting much at the moment, at Will M Scream, which is there, somewhere down there. Yep. And JT, take it away.
Hello, I'm JT. You can find me at WeebG everywhere, except for some places where I am now Motorcade OpenTop, but that's not a real transition that I'll be making on social medias. I just like saying it as much as possible because it's really funny to me. Cass gets it. I can also be found at Entropy Emporium because, as was discussed at the top of this stream, it's technically my channel. However, I've made enough copies of the key that it is a community channel I would consider. If you have any show ideas, please reach out if you want to. We have a very interesting situation on our hands. We have a lot of stuff that I'm working on promos for, primarily the thing that I will be plugging till the end of time, or at least until it's ready. Now that I'm moved and settled, we can start chugging forward on our first, I'm going to call it an auditorium actual play. It's very theatrical. It's very well put together. Ellie has done miracle work with the set design for this, and I'm so very excited. It is going to be a battle manga themed actual play called Star Shard using the Dawn RPG system, which just had its 1.0 release. It has a very cool table. It's a very fun little solar punky world where capitalism is the bad guy objectively, because that's how you do solar punk. I'm very excited for it. It's going to be the coolest, most artistic thing I've ever gotten to participate in making, and I'm very chuffed with the table. So please keep an eye out for promos. So I'm fingers crossed I will be posting promos this month. Fingers crossed. It has been a slog to get through pre-production, but I'm very excited. It's going to be very fun. You can catch us every other Thursday for God Complex. The other two shows that are on this channel right now are on hiatus for an indefinite amount of time. Weird Wilds War just wrapped up Arc 1. We are working on some interesting and fun and cool stuff for promos for Act 2, and that is why we are on hiatus at the moment. TCOV is on hiatus for cast health and wellness. So please show them some love and support when they come back. They will have earned it wholeheartedly. As for right now, that is all that I have to promote. I have gotten some very interesting invitations as of recent, and I'm very excited. But that's all I got. There will be no raid tonight because the person that we usually raided us because we went late.
Then say goodnight, everybody, I guess. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.